Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. So with that being said, let's just dive in. And let's start off with this tweet here from Son NL11. What do you see? This is regarding UST Global, which is a partner of Quant. We do see from Son, he's saying the solution helped a UST client reduce labor costs by 19%. aka $24 million per year. And this is with digital twins. So we are going to dive into that tweet from UST first, but I do want to address this announcement from Quant going back to August 21st, 2023, digital twins by the Quant editorial board. And we do see over here, Quant and UST partner to accelerate the adoption of institutional digital assets across financial services. And this goes all the way back to November of 2022. Now, the tweet from UST is with digital twins modeling physical objects in the virtual world, IT pros can run simulations and study performance issues. It's actually a pretty big initiative, and we do see from just a tech guy, imagine saving 24 million in 8 to 12 weeks, because that's how long it did take for this to be set up. We have the full article here, and within it, we do see digital twins are virtual replicas of physical devices that data scientists and IT pros can use to run simulations before actual devices are built and deployed. Digital twins can also take real-time Internet of Things data and apply artificial intelligence and data analytics to optimize performance. So this is actually pretty big. And, as we do really kind of look at this, this is right on par with the fourth industrial revolution. For those that are out there that don't know about this, we are going to talk a little bit about it in this as well. And we do see the connectiveness of digital twins. There is an inherent connectedness between physical assets and their digital twin counterparts, thanks to the bidirectional data flow between the two entities. This two-way data connectivity is the payoff that makes digital twins so beneficial. You could use the insights you've gained from the virtual system simulations to apply corrective applications in the real world systemically to automatically. So this is pretty big. And again, I mention this because I want you guys to realize how big UST is as well and how big of an initiative this actually is. And we even see like in just 8 to 12 weeks, they had this fully set up. We even see UST technology experts create the intelligent data engineering and computing platform to help our clients in manufacturing and other industries like oil and gas, transportation, logistics, and utilities effectively design, implement, and gain value from connected digital twins in just 8 to 12 weeks. This is the foundation of our connected services strategy. So as we look at those major industries that are being disrupted, this is a huge initiative. This is something that, I've mentioned in the past, like where every single aspect of everyday life will be disrupted. And if we scroll down, we could actually see that connected asset and infrastructure digital twin solution designed to facilitate Industry 4.0 transformation across the manufacturing enterprise. UST's connected asset solution monitors and tracks assets and systems in real time. And it allows companies to improve resource utilization, manage maintenance, and dynamic work scheduling, identify critical resources, streamline workflows, gain insights about energy utilization, reduce carbon footprints, enhance situational awareness. And this is all around digitization, automation. And like I said, this is on par with the Industry 4.0, the fourth industrial revolution. We've been talking about this forever, right? And it's not like, I remember this back in, I want to say like 2017 or so. People thought this was like a conspiracy theory. Almost anything that comes out from the World Economic Forum, people think that's a conspiracy theory. But then all of a sudden, we start to see it becoming a big deal. The fourth industrial revolution, as we do see here, they mention that this represents a fundamental change in the way that we live, work, and relate to one another. It is a new chapter in human development enabled by extraordinary technology advances, commensurate with those of the first, second, and third industrial revolutions. These advancements are merging the physical, digital, and biological worlds in both ways that create both huge promise and potential peril. So again, this is pretty interesting, but this is all on par with the technology-driven change, the opportunity of a lifetime, if you will. And the thing that I want you guys to realize is, there's good and there's bad out there. There's always going to be. And it's also something that I've always talked about when we do talk about the World Economic Forum, because there's a lot of some suspicious things that come out from the World Economic Forum, and even the Fourth Industrial Revolution has been looked at in this way. But there is also some great things tied to this as well, and I think that the retail sector can benefit greatly from focusing on the Fourth Industrial Revolution and realizing the value tied to some of these major platforms. If you can tap into the actual infrastructure, the foundation that a lot of this is built upon. Like, for an example, Quant. I do think that Quant is a significant piece of the puzzle. Then I do think that you will benefit greatly financially from this. And again, like, this is already happening. The Fourth Industrial Revolution is upon us. This is the systemic change at hand around the digital world. Mixed, of course, with the tokenization world. You guys kind of get the gist of it, right? But these companies are not small companies either. Like, UST is a huge company. They are working with 140 plus clients in the Global 1000. They have 11 plus years of average client tenure. They have $1 billion plus value created for clients. And this initiative is going to save those clients a lot more money. It's going to provide a lot more value and demand. And again, like, Quant is already partnered with them for a lot of these major use cases, and this is just one of them. And this is to accelerate the adoption of institutional digital assets across the financial services. So this is a huge one. And also, I want you guys to understand that recently we've seen Finality talking a little bit about CBDCs. Again, right on par with the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So we do see Overledger Network being tagged here with QNT from Just a Tech Guy, and Finality's tweet is just last month. Ledger Insights reported a new wholesale CBDC pilot with Swiss exchange SDX Global, which we do know Quant is partnered with. This marks an exciting step forward for the wholesale CBDC market and a new use case for tokenized cash transactions. You know what's also interesting about this is that Finality has been mentioned on many of the projects and the POCs from the BIS on CBDCs. Just last month, we've seen Quant working with the BIS and the Bank of England on CBDC initiatives through API plug and play. I don't believe in coincidences in this market. I believe that Quant is a fundamental game changer, and it's also a significant piece for this new financial system that is rising before our eyes. While many are still asleep at the wheel. For those that actually realize the value here and that actually see the value here, understand how big QNT will be. The value of QNT will also be significant because of supply and demand. It's as simple as that. And as we go back over to this tweet from Just a Tech Guy, he did also post this tweet from Gilbert Verdian going all the way back to 2020. This tweet here has 4 images, and we do see great to hear the central bank panel at Geneva blockchain. The panel shared insights on CBDC progress so far and their plans and thinking ahead for wholesale markets by SMB, BNS, Banque de France. Look forward to our upcoming meetings and involvement. Now, again, this is 2020. Most people weren't even paying attention at this time. But the reason why this is significant is because of the mentioning SDX with the SMB project. This is their SDX stablecoin, and we also do see, of course, the BIS Innovation Center in Switzerland being mentioned as well. And this is all around a central bank digital currency. Very interesting. And to sum it up, they said the Federal Council has concluded that universally accessible CBDC would not bring any additional benefits on the whole for Switzerland at the moment. The SMB is also against CBDC for the general public at the present time, basing its opinion on the considerable risk, e.g. for financial stability. Further progress on CBDC that is restricted to financial market players would appear more promising than CBDC for everyone. SDX6 SMB project SDX stablecoin, BIS Innovation Center in Switzerland, should we go further. And then on the next few slides here, we have the actual image that I just read. And then over here, digital money forms and uses. We have private sector and also public sector. This is again within CBDC, stablecoins, things like that. And then on the last slide here, we have the blockchain maturity level as well. Again, we do know that Quant has been working with SDX for a while. We've broke it down many times in the past. But I do think that we also need to look at Finality, because it seems as though that Quant has been in discussions with Finality for a while, even going all the way back to 2020 or 2022, sorry. Are central banks thinking radically enough about CBDCs? Catch up on the discussion with, of course, Gilbert Verdian, an individual from R3, which I believe that this is their CEO. I might be wrong. And of course, Jake Hartley from Finality and Future Flow and Lancaster Uni. And then also, going back to October of 2022, looking forward to hearing Finality CEO on the timely topic, increasing the velocity of money with real-time settlement. When we go back to some of these images over here, we actually see a lot of discussion around settlement as well. We also talk about friction. I mean, listen, we know that there's a systemic change at hand here. We also know that interoperability is going to be crucial. And even within the SDX breakdown here with their CBDC wholesale pilot, we know that interoperability was mentioned twice. Some of these are examples of the need for interoperability with legacy systems, but interoperability is also required with other blockchain technologies, with other jurisdictions, and to link with public blockchains. Again, SDX is working on all of these. Well, how are they working on it? Well, we already know that they're working with Quant. In my opinion, this is how they are working on this. And all of this is heavily focused on tokenization, digitalization, even RTGS settlement. Like, this is a big deal. And all of this is aligning all at once. I mean, everything that we talk about, even with XRP and Ripple and even Hedera, all of this is right on par with the fourth industrial revolution. I do think that Quant is at the forefront of this. I think that Quant has been in probably more discussions in just the last couple months with central banks than any other project as well. And I think it's because of the value that Quant brings to the table. I mean, it's no coincidence that Quant is also working with Ripple closely on some pretty big think tank organizations around even the digital pound, for an example, and even the digital euro, which again, I do think are pretty much on their way. I think that they have found some very incredible value from a lot of those plans that they've released around the digital pound and even the digital euro. They've done a lot of trials, POCs. These are like Quant and Ripple are two companies that I'm heavily focused on, especially around crypto. But Quant is a giant. I think everyone needs to be looking at Quant, especially QNT as a token. I know that Quant and QNT, they're kind of two different things technically, but QNT as a token within the Overledger platform is crucial. They even said it themselves, it's an integral part of the platform. And with everything that is happening here, with a lot of these initiatives and how big some of these companies are, like UST, for example, and again, like, I don't need to tell you guys how big Finality is. Finality is tied back to some of the biggest organizations out there around the central banking sector. And also, as we look at SDX, I mean, SDX, you guys need to be looking into SDX if you haven't already. Like I said, we broke it down back in 2021 and even 2022. But today, more than ever before, I do think that we are getting closer and closer to really kind of reap the rewards of holding some of these utility tokens, because I do think that the fourth industrial revolution is upon us. This is one of the biggest fundamental changes in our lifetime, especially around the technology side of things. And I do think that this will disrupt every single aspect of life. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. With that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.